Hello students, welcome to e-classes of DePaul School. Today I am going to continue your chapter 1 of decoding computer science and continue the part read only memory. So ROM means read only memory. In the previous class we already learned about motherboard, CPU and RAM. So ROM is an acronym for read only memory. It is the computer memory on which data has been pre-recorded. So once the data has been written onto the ROM, then it cannot be removed, only read. Okay, so unlike main memory, ROM retains its contents even when the computer is turned off. This is ROM is referred to being non-volatile memory. So if we talk about more about ROM, unlike main memory, ROM retains contents even when the computer is turned off. Okay students, so it is known as non-volatile memory. Then most personal computer a small amount of ROM that stores critical programs such as BIOS, that is basic input output system, and it is located on motherboard. The BIOS is computer program embedded on the chip on the computer. So here the BIOS is placed. So in that particular part, the computer's motherboard that recognizes and control various input devices and output devices that make up the computer system. The purpose of BIOS is to make sure that things plugging into the computer are working properly or not. BIOS in Greek means life. So it brings life to the computer, students. So what is BIOS? It brings life to the computer. The process of running the BIOS program stored in ROM the computer to ready the use when it is first turned on. That is called booting. So the process of running the BIOS program on the by the computer to get ready to use by turning on the computer first is known as booting. So once the booting is completed successfully, the BIOS looks for an operating system to load, which is usually located on the computer's hard drive. So when it finds one, it's turned to load it the RAM. From this point, the operating system takes over control of the computer system. So a variation of RAM is PROM, that is programmable read only memory. The PROMs are manufactured as blank chips on which data can be written with a special device called the programmer. So EPROM, it stands for erasable and programmable ROM, and EEPROM, it stands for electrically erasable and programmable ROM, are the two types of ROM. So what are the two types of ROM, students? That is EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable ROM, and the another one is EPROM, extension slot. So an extension slot is socket on the motherboard that is used to insert an extension card. Extension card is used to add on extend some sort functionally to the computer that was not present earlier. So you can see these are the extension slots. So the example of extension slots are video card, network card, sound card, graphic card. Then now we are going to see what is software. Software is a set of computer programs which is designed to perform a well defined function. So a program is a sequence of instruction written to solve particular problem. So this one is known as program. Software is divided into two categories, that is system software and application software. So it includes the operating system and utilities enabled to computer function. This is known as computer system software. And application software include programs that actually or really do work for the users. So the examples of the application software are the MS Word, the MS Excel and the MS Access. So in MS Word we are do word processes and type letter and everything, and in MS Excel we do spreadsheet, and in MS Access we can do related working, that is database management system under the category of application software. So you can see this one is Word, this one is Access and this one is PowerPoint. These are the application software. So system software. So here we know what is system software in details. System software is a collection of programs responsible for managing the computer system as a whole. They manage variety of independent hardware components to working together harmoniously. System software is prepared by computer manufacturers. So the system software products comprises of written in low level languages. So interact with the hardware at the basic level. The system software serve as a interference between the hardware and the end users. So some examples of system software are operating system and utility software, translator, device, drives, etc. So operating system, the first one or first type of system software, that is operating system. Operating system is also stand for OS. In that particular program, it helps to manage all the other programs on the computer. So you can see Windows 10 is a operating system, Microsoft OS is a operating system, and these are the two example of my operating system. So its function are to manage the computer resources such as central processing unit, memory, disk, drive and printers. Establish a user interface and provide services for application softwares. So five of the most operating system are Apple Microsoft OS, Linux and Google's Android and application iOS in Apple's iOS. So different operating system take different approach in programming their functions. This is why they normally cannot run a Windows program on the machine computer. So then the next part is utility software. So utility software is a type of system software, and this is specific in performance, that is do specific tasks usually related to managing the system resources, and helps to operating system in tasks managing the computer system. So for example, backup the software, and it helps to create a creation of backup files on the computer system. So the tasks are performed by operating system as a part of the day-to-day operations. So operating system contains number of utilities, that is disk drive, printers and other devices. So some part of the Windows operating system are optimize and clean up and format. These are shown in the utility software of Windows. So the first one, that is optimize. So its work is to drive the to optimize the drives to help the computer to run more effectively. Then the next one is cleanup. So what is the function of cleanup? So disk cleanup reduces the number of unnecessary files on the selected disk and free the disk file, and that helps to uh, restore the memory. Then format, it helps in formatting the selected disk. Then troubleshooting, troubleshoot and fix common computer programs. This one. And the next one or the last one is firewall. So it is the antivirus security option that helps to protect your computer from hackers and the malicious software. So in that next part we are going to learn device drives and translators and discussing the exercise. So till then, tata and bye bye students. See you in next class. Thank you.